Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to speak about a story that sounds like a headline but carries a lesson far deeper than shock value. Marine hit her in a saloon not knowing she was an undercover special forces soldier. This is not a tale meant to glorify conflict or celebrate dominance. It is a story about assumptions, restraint, respect, and the unseen complexity that exists in every person we meet. Imagine a crowded saloon at the end of a long day. The air is thick with laughter, music, and the tired relief of people seeking a moment of escape. In walks a Marine, trained, disciplined, and proud of his service. He carries with him the weight of responsibility and the confidence that comes from surviving difficult training and dangerous situations. In the same space is a woman who seems unremarkable to the casual observer. She blends in, speaks little, and keeps to herself. What no one knows is that she is an undercover special forces soldier, carrying her own history of sacrifice, training, and quiet courage. The incident itself is brief and unfortunate. A misunderstanding, a careless word, an ego bruised by alcohol and noise. The Marine reacts without thinking, striking her in a moment that lasts only seconds but echoes far longer. He believes he has asserted control, that he has put an end to a perceived challenge. What he does not know is that the person he struck has endured harsher training, faced greater danger, and learned deeper discipline than he can imagine. Here is where the story could easily turn into a spectacle of revenge or humiliation. But that is not where its true meaning lies. The woman does not retaliate. She does not reveal who she is. She does not escalate the conflict. Instead, she steps back, choosing restraint over reaction. In that decision, she demonstrates the very essence of professionalism. Strength, in this moment, is not measured by how hard one can strike back, but by how well one can control oneself. The Marine, unaware of who she is, walks away believing the moment is over. Yet the consequences are only beginning. Not because she seeks retribution, but because actions have weight. Witnesses report what they saw. Authorities become involved. The Marine must face the reality that wearing a uniform does not excuse behavior, and that respect is not demanded through force but earned through conduct. When the truth eventually emerges, it does not come with fanfare. There is no dramatic reveal in the saloon, no cheers from the crowd. Instead, it comes quietly, through official channels, through conversations behind closed doors. The Marine learns that the woman he dismissed and disrespected as an elite soldier, trusted with missions that require intelligence, patience, and absolute control. The shock he feels is not fear of her abilities, but shame at his own actions. This moment forces a reckoning. The Marine must confront the gap between who he believes himself to be and how he actually behaved. He is trained to protect, yet he caused harm. He is taught discipline, yet he lost control. The revelation strips away excuses and leaves only responsibility. That is not an easy place to stand, but it is a necessary one. For the woman, the incident reinforces a truth she has long known. Appearances are deceiving. Respect cannot be assumed, even among those who share a uniform or a sense of service. Her choice to remain composed is not weakness, it is mastery. She understands that true authority does not need to announce itself, and true strength does not seek validation in public spaces. So why does this story matter to us? Because it mirrors countless moments in everyday life. We judge based on what we see. We assume we know who holds power, who deserves respect, who is capable and who is not. We react, quickly, often emotionally, without pausing to consider the full humanity of the person in front of us. The saloon becomes a symbol of society itself, noisy, crowded, and quick to provoke. The title may suggest irony or poetic justice, but the lesson is far more practical. Do not underestimate others. Do not let pride override judgment. Do not confuse momentary dominance with lasting strength. Whether in uniform or not, character is revealed not in comfort but in conflict. This story also challenges outdated ideas about identity and capability. The fact that the undercover special forces soldier is a woman should not be the twist, yet for many, it still is. Her presence exposes lingering biases about who we expect to be strong, skilled, or dangerous. The Marine's mistake is not just personal, it is cultural. It reflects assumptions that still shape interactions in subtle and harmful ways. At the same time, the story is not about vilifying the Marine. He is human, flawed, and capable of learning. Accountability does not exist to destroy people but to correct them. If he takes responsibility, reflects honestly, and changes his behavior, then the incident becomes a turning point rather than a defining failure. Growth often begins with discomfort. In the end, no one truly wins in the saloon. There is no triumph in violence, no honor in humiliation. The real victory lies in the lesson carried forward. The next time the Marine feels challenged, he may choose restraint. The next time a bystander witnesses aggression, they may choose to speak up. The next time we enter a crowded room, we may remember that every person there carries a story we cannot see. Marine hit her in a saloon not knowing she was an undercover special forces soldier, is not just a provocative title. It is a reminder that respect should be universal, not conditional. That strength is quiet more often than it is loud, and that the measure of a person is not found in how they assert power, but in how they honor the dignity of others, even when no one is watching.